All right, I'm here with Ari here in the beautiful San Francisco Bay. That's the Bay Bridge right there. And Ari is the CEO and founder of Pocket Change, the virtual currency for Android, correct?
Yes, it's a universal virtual rewards currency for Android and iOS, actually.
Oh, iOS now. Okay, sorry about that. You're founded in May 2011. You've raised $6.3 million. For those not that familiar with Pocket Change, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. So you can kind of think of Pocket Change as American Express points for mobile apps. So the idea is you spend a lot of time on your phone, either playing games or booking restaurants or maybe making purchases at Fab. And we want to reward you for that positive organic behavior. And the way we reward you is we reward you with Pocket Change, which is a currency that you can then go to Pocket Change and spend to get maybe an MP3 for free or a Kindle book for free or even a plasma TV. It's a way to really reward the most engaged users inside of an app.
So right now it works on mobile, Android and iOS, and you're working on, how many apps are you on now, right now?
So we're just under a year old and we're in over 500 plus apps. 65% of our apps are gaming, but we're in apps that help you learn Spanish, we're in apps that help you lose weight, and we're in apps that help you manage your time. So
walk us through, we're going to first talk about from the consumer angle what the experience is like to experience Pocket Change. So give me an example of an app that I would use or you would use and how that works from the consumer side.
Sure. So Instagram's really hot these days, but Instagram doesn't allow you to chat with other Instagram users. So we work with another app that's called Insta Talks, which is on iOS, and it's a chat program for Instagram users so that they can talk to each other. And so let's say you're using Insta Talks and you've sent your 1,000th message. A very small pop-up will appear that says, hey, congratulations, Ari. Here's 10 points of Pocket Change. You can close that pop-up, or you can say, oh, I'm curious what I can spend my Pocket Change on. And if you say, I want to visit the store, we open up the Pocket Change store inside of InstaTalks. We never take you outside of the app. And we give you a variety of things that you can spend your Pocket Change on, some of which are virtual goods like maybe an MP3 or a Kindle book, and some of them are physical products like maybe a Reebok gift card or a plasma TV.
And how many users are active on your site?
Sure. So since launching almost a year ago, we've rewarded Pocket Change to over 80 million users. Every day we have about 2 million active users, and every month it roughly works out to be 20, 30 million active users.
So 2 million who are actively earning these rewards by doing certain actions on these apps.
Yeah, and the actions are defined by the app developers. The app developers can reward Pocket Change for whatever they like.
And then how many of them are redeeming points?
Well,
or redeeming the value, the currency, I guess.
So we don't talk about that metric, but the one number I can share with you is every day we have about 20-25% of people that earn Pocket Change actively visit our store.
20 to 25% of people of the 2 million people are actively looking at your store and
looking at ways to either earn more Pocket Change or looking for ways to spend their Pocket Change.
Got it. And it works for you as long as these people are actually actively redeeming those points, right?
Yeah, because look, if they're not going to spend their Pocket Change, then that means they don't value it.
Right.
And if they don't value it, then we can't get app developers to distribute it.
So let's talk about the value proposition to app developers, and then I want to talk about the value proposition to those people who are actually giving the points, because the ones giving the points away, really, the Pocket Change is the advertiser, right?
Right.
So let's start with the publisher. So if you're a publisher, why would the publisher want to use Pocket Change?
So our value proposition to publishers is pretty straightforward. We feel that Pocket Change is a tool that allows the app developer to reward for engagement. And so I'll give you an example. We work with over 500 apps. Since day one, we've been running an A/B test. where we compare a Pocket Change user against someone that has never seen the Pocket Change branding. And what we've seen is out of every 10 users, we can help the app increase their engagement by 100% within 30 days. And so, while we don't directly make app developers money, we indirectly do, because we give them an opportunity to have more users.
Right, to keep them on.
Yeah.
All right, we're back after that commercial break. We were talking about the app developers and the value proposition. So the app developers don't actually get any economic value, but they do indirectly because it keeps the user engaged.
Which gives them, depending on what the app's business model is, it gives them more of an opportunity to monetize.
So the model with the advertiser is interesting because you have a store where people can redeem their Pocket Change with, for all these different items, and all those items are actually they're given to you by the advertiser.
Yeah.
So explain your model.
Sure. So the idea is the majority of the products in our store are actually sponsored by big brands like Reebok and 1-800-Flowers and Uber. And the reason why we can do that is, these big brands want to acquire mobile users. And right now, their only option for acquiring mobile users is to advertise via really annoying, interruptive banner ads that users hate. And so when we go and we talk to a brand like Reebok, we say, listen, why associate your brand with such an annoying user experience? We want you to be in our store. Give us a $10, $20 gift card. We'll put it in our store. We'll sell it for 1,000, 2,000 points of Pocket Change. Now, Bob comes to our store. He has 5,000 points of Pocket Change. He can spend it on anything he wants. He can spend it on that Reebok gift card, or he can say, you know what, I'm going to save it up for that plasma TV. If he chooses to spend it on that gift card, then he's explicitly said that he wants to engage with the Reebok brand. He's spent something of value to him, which is Pocket Change, and he's shown a tremendous amount of intent to one day buy something on Reebok.com, especially since he now has a $20 gift card.
Right.
So the quality of the user that we send Reebok.com is orders of magnitude higher than traditional mobile advertising.
And then the advertiser pays on a per click basis. So if they do redeem cost per click, so if they do redeem that their Pocket Change, then the advertiser pays you.
Yes, exactly.
And what is the cost per click?
It ranges. It depends on the targeting, but on average, right now we're doing about a 75-cent cost per click, which is pretty healthy for mobile.
How does that compare? Like, how do you go to an advertiser and say that's a good deal?
From what I've seen, I think AdMob and other mobile ad networks charge 25, 35 cents on average. The reason why we can get away with charging more than AdMob is our quality of traffic is a lot better. At the end of the day, we feel that outside of search, we're probably the only mobile ad network driving intent-based traffic.
And what percentage of the people are actually, I don't know if you're not giving this, what percentage of your 2 million are looking at the store? So you said about 25% of them?
Yeah, about 25% every day, visit the store.
Okay. And what do you have to do, because you're not going to talk about how many redeem, but what do you have to do to get them to start redeeming those points?
Just merchandise the store with awesome stuff.
And how much merchandise do you have in that store?
Oh, good lordy. I don't know. I think, we have a lot of merchandise, but we don't show all of it to every single user because it can be overwhelming. And so we target it. Women see a certain store and men see a certain store, younger men see a certain store, and older men see a different store.
And how do you see that? Do you ask people, are they their gender and other questions when they sign up?
Yeah, so unlike other ad networks, Pocket Change is 100% opt-in. All the information we have about our users give to us. They give it to us because they want more relevant products in the store
that they can buy,
so that they have a better user experience. And that's what's really unique about Pocket Change. When you look at other mobile ad networks, they're collecting all this information about you and you don't even know it.
Right. There's been other virtual currencies out there, or not currencies, but rewards, right? like you said, American Express. So what kind of lessons do you take from that, or what are some of the how they've evolved? Are you going to follow in there?
Yeah, it's funny. When we went out and raised venture capital from Google Ventures and First Round Capital, and we talked to a bunch of the top VCs in the Valley, everyone always said, "Oh, we saw this in the 90s. It didn't work. Why is it going to work now?" And the reason why it's working for Pocket Change is we're doing something that none of the other companies actually bothered to do, which is to put the consumer first. The way any other reward system has worked to date is they've said, here's your points, but you don't really have your points. If you want your points, you have to watch this trailer, or you have to watch this advertisement. We just say, here are your points. You can spend it whenever you want. You don't have to spend it. You come to us whenever you want. And so the reason why we can do this is because we have this innovative ad product where our business model is when you actually spend it, not when you earn it. Every other rewards currency, their business model is when you earn the currency.
And it's getting a little entertaining over here.
Yeah.
But
a little show.
So last question then. What you want to be the virtual currency? There's that other currency you probably have. I just want your thoughts on it. What do you think of Bitcoin?
Sure. So Bitcoin is an awesome payment currency. The end user pulls out their credit card, or either mines it, but most likely pulls out their credit card to buy Bitcoin. We think there's definitely going to be a place for a payment currency like Bitcoin, but our goal is to create a currency that hundreds of millions of people touch. And we think the likelihood of reaching hundreds of millions of people is higher if we can figure out interesting ways to give our currency away for free. And the reason why we made this decision was we looked at the most successful mobile apps out there, like some of the Zynga games or whatever it was at the time. Max 3% of people ever pulled out a credit card to purchase something inside of a game.
Right.
And we said, how could we possibly create a currency that touched hundreds of millions of people if only 3% of people are ever going to pull out their credit card? And that's when we decided to make it a loyalty currency and to reward it to consumers for free.